Open up YouTube and you are immediately hit with a wall of financial advice. You are told to set up a backdoor Roth, max out a high-yield savings account, and optimize your 401k, all at the exact same time. Trying to treat a list of 23 different financial tips as a single, urgent checklist is the fastest route to action paralysis. You end up doing nothing because you try to do everything. True financial optimization requires a strict order of operations. This pyramid illustrates a three-phased roadmap based entirely on your current net worth and life stage. Phase 1 is your foundation. This tier is for anyone with a net worth under $50,000, where your only job is building basic guardrails. Phase 2 is accumulation. This tier applies when you have between $50,000 and $500,000 in assets, and your focus shifts from saving pennies to aggressively scaling your income. Phase 3 is optimization. This peak is reserved for high earners making over $168,000, or individuals holding over $500,000 in assets. If you try to apply an advanced tax strategy before you have even secured your basic emergency fund, you are wasting your time and your mental energy. Phase 1 requires removing human error from the equation. We do this by building automated financial guardrails. Your first mandatory step is setting up an automatic transfer from your checking account straight into a high-yield savings account every time you get paid, building up a 3 to 6 month emergency buffer. The trade-off here is straightforward. A high-yield savings account earns around 3 to 4%, far less than the stock market, but it physically separates your cash from your checking account, short-circuiting your brain's psychological trigger to overspend when you see a high balance. Next is capturing your employer's 401k match. This visual equation shows a free $1,000 employee contribution instantly turning into $6,000. It is a 100% guaranteed return on investment. The catch is liquidity. Securing that match locks up essential capital until you retire, requiring you to survive on a tighter immediate budget today. Then there is your credit. The rule for this phase is to keep your credit utilization under 10%, paying off your balances every few days. This is very different from standard autopay. It requires active, weekly administrative discipline to ensure you build your credit score safely without ever paying a cent in interest. Phase 1 ignores high market returns. You trade a small amount of setup effort to lock in guaranteed free money and completely block your own self-sabotage. Phase 2 is for those who have automated their foundation and are sitting on a growing portfolio of up to $500,000. At this stage, it is dangerous to waste time trying to optimize minor expense ratios. This chart compares both approaches. Squeezing a fraction of a percent from a small portfolio yields an extra $500 a year. Negotiating a promotion yields $10,000. That salary bump is exponentially more valuable, compounding into significantly more money over a 30-year career. But this phase also introduces major behavioral risks. Extreme frugality starts to cause serious psychological friction and burnout. The solution is intentionally creating a specific fun money or guilt-free spending account. Yes, spending this money mathematically pushes out your final retirement date. But giving yourself permission to spend drastically increases your ability to actually stick to the long-term plan without quitting. You also face the social complications of accumulating wealth, specifically friends or family asking to borrow money. To mitigate the risk of a messy fallout, give them a smaller percentage of the requested cash as a pure gift with zero expectation of getting it back. It keeps you from originating a loan that could destroy the relationship. Phase 2 requires abandoning the illusion of mathematical perfection. You trade spreadsheet optimization for aggressive career growth and sustainable relationship-preserving habits. Phase 3 is restricted to individuals making over $168,000 a year or holding portfolios well over $500,000. High earners are legally barred from making direct contributions to a Roth IRA. To still get that tax-free growth, you have to use a workaround called the backdoor Roth. The trade-off is heavy tax complexity. If you hold existing traditional IRA funds, the backdoor Roth triggers the pro rata rule, demanding meticulous accounting or a paid CPA to avoid a severe tax penalty. This is also where you introduce the health savings account. It is the ultimate optimization tool because it offers triple tax benefits. Contributions are deductible, growth is tax-free, and medical withdrawals are tax-free. But the HSA forces you into a high-deductible health plan. You are taking on higher immediate out-of-pocket medical risks in exchange for that tax shelter. Finally, if you have dependents and accumulated assets, like a home or a large portfolio, you have to play defense. You need to establish a formal estate plan or trust to bypass probate. This requires significant upfront cash and morbid administrative effort while you are still young and healthy, but it saves your family from a massive legal headache later. These Phase 3 strategies are incredibly powerful. But their high complexity and legal costs mean you should completely ignore them until you have fully cleared Phases 1 and 2. The most common trap in personal finance is treating your net worth like a high score in a video game that never ends. Constantly comparing your wealth to others guarantees misery, because there is always someone richer. Even Jensen Huang, a tech CEO with a net worth over $100 billion, could look at the Forbes list and feel inadequate compared to the top 3. To stop the endless comparison, the FIRE community uses a specific formula to define exactly how much is enough. This text equation outlines the rule. Simply multiply your expected annual expenses by 25 to find your exact target number. To figure out exactly what you should be doing right now, this matrix charts your current net worth against financial complexity, segmenting out the 3 phases we just covered. If you are in Phase 1, stop worrying about stock charts. Put all your energy into automating your weekly transfers and securing your employer match. If you are in Phase 3, stop micromanaging your index fund expense ratios. Go set up your estate plan and let the compounding take over. Money is merely a utility you use to purchase peace of mind. By following the correct order of operations, you ensure you never waste your finite time on financial strategies meant for someone else's life.